Dana Jenkins here, Marketing Manager with Whole Growth Partners, and I'm here to bring you this month's pop-up content. This month's topic is Spring into Action, Prospecting in May. And spring provides so many great prospecting, client engagement, gifting, and introductory opportunities that you'll definitely want to take advantage of. There are so many events going on in spring. There's Memorial Day, there's Veteran Spouse Awareness Month, graduation, Mother's Day, all of which we're going to cover. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first topic here is graduation, and graduation provides such an impactful gifting opportunity and opens the door for multi-generational planning opportunities. So tip number one is to recognize grads with meaningful gifts. And one of the biggest recommendations that I give for a meaningful and impactful gift for a graduating senior, either in high school or college, is to give the gift of truly accessible financial gifts or financial books for this age group. So many financial guides and investment guides are riddled with jargon. They're about 6-point font and they're maybe 500 pages long. And this is just not the greatest way to get kids in this age group and graduates interested in personal finance if they aren't already. So here are 5 fantastic, truly accessible financial books for high school and college grads. And I'll point out just a couple of these. The first one is actually my personal favorite. It's called Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin. And I actually was given this book as a gift for my graduation. And I am not exaggerating when I say it truly changed my life and transformed my relationship with money. Financial Freedom by Grant Sabatier, who's actually the creator of Millennial Money. If you've heard of that, it's a money, finance, and investment website with tons of resources and articles that's geared toward millennials. The only investment guide you'll ever need in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind are 2 standbys that truly stood the test of time, is as Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which you've probably heard of. And that one seems to get better, just like fine wine. It keeps getting better with age. That one's by Robert Kiyosaki. If gifting a book isn't really your thing, you also can't go wrong with a sweatshirt, t-shirt, or gift card for both the child and parents from the Grad's University Bookstore. So whether that's a high school grad and it's the university that they'll be attending in the fall, and the parents who are likely your clients and their child are super excited and want to get all sorts of gear from the university bookstore, or if it's a college grad and it serves more as a memento of their time in college and a way to keep those memories close. Of course, we have a prospecting pro tip with some language here that you can use to position these gifts and to get more mileage out of these gifting initiatives so they're not just one and done. So something you can say that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek is, to the parents, we both know high school and college grads tend not to be great with their money, but these are the best years to start saving for retirement. What other graduates do you know who seriously need some personal finance help? I'd love to send them one of these books on your behalf. Another way to engage grads is to start a financial conversation. This is especially focusing in on that multi-generational planning space and those opportunities. So first of all, you could offer to sit down with a client's graduating kids and their friends to give a finance or investments 101 presentation, or even a student loan repayment crash course. I know I had so many friends who graduated from college with either some level of debt, and many students are taking out some form of student loans. And so it would be so helpful and truly valuable for both the child and their parents, who then do not have to do the research and the education around the best way to repay student loans, what the best timeline is, and how to go about undertaking that so that it doesn't stick with you for the rest of your life. You could also facilitate a one-on-one with the grad or an all-family meeting to talk about finances and establish that one-on-one relationship with the graduate so that you are able to help them with their planning needs as they come of age and embark on their, their true adult experience, their first adult job, and they begin to accrue their own wealth. Finally, you could also create and distribute something along the lines of a top 10 financial tips for high school or college grads, or top 10 financial tips or need to knows for their parents. So think budgeting, explaining pay stubs, 401k plans, and investing. Then ask the clients to refer you to one other person, child, or parent who could use those tips, forward it along to their friend groups, colleagues, anyone they think that could use those tips that you're giving to them, and it's a way to add extra value. So again, some language for prospecting, something along the lines of, I know Jimmy's going to or graduating from Harvard with a great group of friends. I'd love to do a Harvard kickoff class for them. We both know how little high school and university classes teach about personal finance. Let me take the burden of education off of you and their parents. What do you think? So aside from graduation, of course, we also celebrate Mother's Day in May, and there are so many unique ways to celebrate mothers, grandmothers, daughters, and the relationships, those intergenerational relationships that are cultivated between these groups. So you could think of a special gift for new moms, and then, share the love by either giving that gift to the new mom, asking if she has other friends that have had a baby sometime in the last couple of months or even the last year. You could give the gift of time, so something that mothers wouldn't do for themselves or by themselves. So thinking about girl time, something that that the mother in your life could do with her daughter, could do with her own mother, or both. So a socially fun yet socially distant, if need be, activity. That could be something where they are getting pampered. It could, as doors are opening to museums, to botanical gardens, and other community standbys like that. Those make great gifts as well. You could host a Mommy and Me craft session for those younger mothers out there with young children to create either a hanging pot or a terrarium together. This can also be done virtually, so you could send craft kits in advance and either host the event or facilitate and finance the event for mothers and their younger daughters or younger sons. Another great way to celebrate Mother's Day and to get more mileage and prospecting mileage out of these initiatives is to, quote unquote, extend Mother's Day to the weekend before, after, even 2 weeks after. Because as we all know, every day should be Mother's Day. As a prospecting pro tip, here's some more language. A great way to include more people and expand your reach is ask, do you want to invite another creative friend and her kiddos to join us? Please do. The more the merrier. This works really well for a craft session. And then another prospecting pro tip and language you could use, we'd love to send a craft kit to another creative kid or two. Email us to nominate another mom and kiddo team, and we'll send them one on your behalf. That's a way of including your whether the mother is your client or your client's spouse or one of their friends. It's a way to be inclusive in them, include them in spreading the love and giving the gift of time. So beyond Mother's Day and graduation, we also celebrate Military Awareness Month in May, and specifically May 8th is Military Spouse Appreciation Day. So there are so many awesome things that we can do to honor our veterans and even get introductions to more in the veterans market if that's an area where you are prospecting or a part of your target market. So first of all, just a simple gift goes a really long way. So think about sending patriotic flowers to a military spouse who you know on Military Spouse Appreciation Day. You could give a salon or spa gift card and then say, we'd love to have another spouse be able to treat themselves to a salon service. Who would you nominate, and who can we give another gift card or service to on your behalf? Maybe you'd even like to bring them along. If you have a little bit more time and a little bit more money to play with, you could also rent out a nail salon for a day, invite spouses, invite members of your team, and all get pedicures together. We actually had a client do this, and he was a male advisor, and he was a former vet himself. And he actually rented out this nail salon, invited, I think, something like 10 spouses, and he himself went to get pedicures with them and sort of join in on the girl talk. And I believe he got quite a few introductions out of that and many, many rave reviews. Another way you can honor veterans is to think of the entire military family. You could work with your local VA to identify families in need, veterans who you could just send a handwritten card to. Simply sending a handwritten card goes such a long way to show people that you're thinking of them and to honor their service. You can also promote your involvement on social. There's nothing wrong with promoting this as long as you're going with the angle that without sounding self-serving, this is truly about honoring the veterans, the work that they do, and the way that you are trying to honor them in the community. Another great initiative, some museums open doors for free admission on Veterans Day, so you could provide tickets to a local museum. You could work out a pricing package to ensure that all of their families and friends can come along too, whether they're military or not. And then say we'd love to extend a ticket package to another veteran family you're close with. This is a great way, again, to get some more introductions. Finally, you can share an act of love. And this goes such a long way. This is probably my favorite way to honor vets. Gifting a service that vets aren't able to do themselves or are no longer able to do for their families, whether that's because, they're away for long periods of time or have sustained an injury. This could be a spring yard cleanup, a window washing service, garage cleanup, car wash, personal errand service. The list goes on. And these are things that we often don't think about as gifts, but that truly do go such a long way. And can be so, so meaningful for either the vet, their spouse, and their families. Again, prospecting pro tip, is there another fam who could use a hand with spring cleaning? Or you could say, we'll forward another bouquet in your name to brighten their day. Thank them for their service support. This could also go for the handwritten card, or any of these ideas that you're seeing on the screen right now. So that is all I have for you today. Just a reminder of ways that you can spring into action and take advantage of these May prospecting opportunities by recognizing grads, celebrating mothers, and honoring veterans and their families. So lots of opportunities to celebrate in spring, especially in May. These different groups that don't always get the recognition and celebration that they so deserve all of the time. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this whole growth marketing pop-up.